Sonos dropped an update, Marshall has launched a soundbar, and Kef's been cooking something up with nothing. I think it's time for a catch-up. Hey guys, Louis here from SHS, and I know it's been a while since we shared a news video, and quite honestly, I've really missed it. Just sitting down, chatting with you guys about the latest in the audiovisual world. It's something that we have been itching to bring back. And as for right now, there's a lot to talk about. Plus, we have got a little secret that I've been dying to share with you guys. So let's get right into it. Oh, and make sure you get involved in the comment section too. We love getting your thoughts and feedback on all the latest and any other news that you think the community would find juicy. So first up on the wait, what category this week, two brands that we really didn't see coming together but have caught our attention with their recent announcement. Kef and Nothing have officially joined forces. Kef bringing over 60 years of hi-fi heritage and a classic British brand rooted in acoustic engineering. And Nothing, another British brand, but this time just 5 years old and making a name for themselves with their futuristic, modern design and disruptive style tech. Now, they have kept it pretty vague for now, announcing a strategic partnership which sets out to explore new frontiers in sound innovation and bring refined audio experiences to a broader audience. So naturally, it's got us all guessing as to what this could mean. Now, it does say in the press release that for Nothing, it enters new product categories. So are we looking at a new Nothing speaker maybe, or some over-ear headphones, or Android-based streamers perhaps? Who knows? But I'm definitely going to be following along to see what comes of this partnership. I think there's some potential for some very cool products.
Okay, so next up, we've got some interesting new updates from WiiM. So far, the brand has built its name by bringing us some great amp and streaming products, delivering impressive performance and build quality with an affordable price tag. But they're dialing things up this year with a number of new launches in different categories. Firstly, they've announced the WiiM Sound, which will be their first ever smart speaker. The circular design, which isn't too far from the style of the Apple HomePod, also features a touchscreen for control and displaying album art. Now, this design feature might split opinions, but does help it stand out from the competition. The speaker is promising 100 watts of power with a 4-inch woofer and dual balanced mode radiator tweeters, supporting high-res audio up to 24-bit 192 kHz. It's got a pretty comprehensive connectivity list with a wide range of options available, but there is something that's missing, and that's AirPlay 2, which is absent from all of the new product launches WiiM have announced. Now, they've not actually shared the pricing for the WiiM Sound just yet, but we're expecting it to launch in the next few months, and we are very keen to put it to the test. WiiM have also announced a new WiiM Sub Pro wireless subwoofer and a new Amp Ultra streaming amplifier with a touchscreen. The Amp Ultra is a new addition to the WiiM Amp and Streamer lineup, and it offers 100 watts per channel into 8 ohms or 200 watts into 4 ohms, so it's going to be great for power-hungry passive speakers. It also has a more premium DAC, which I won't try to say out loud, but I will flash up on the screen for you now. And of course, the addition of a touchscreen gives you control on the device itself and adds to that design angle. One thing we're really excited by is that the new WiiM Sound speaker will support integration into a home cinema setup. That means it can act as a center or surround speaker in a Dolby 5.1 setup when paired with something like the WiiM Amp Ultra, which handles HDMI ARC and Dolby Digital decoding. So that means you can connect the Amp Ultra to your TV, and within the WiiM Home app, you'll be able to group your devices and assign roles to create a 5.1 surround sound setup. So you could have 3 WiiM sound speakers across the front, left, center, and right, 2 more for the rear surrounds, and the Sub Pro for the 0.1, giving you a full wireless WiiM home cinema system with no AV receiver needed. Now, if that wasn't enough, WiiM have also launched a new WiiM Home app on Apple TV, which means you can control playback and do basic home screen functions from your TV. You'll have to wait for the other products to drop later this year, but the WiiM Home app is available to download from the Apple TV App Store right now. So WiiM have clearly been keeping themselves busy, and it is definitely a brand we're keeping a close eye on, and we'll have plenty more to share when the products eventually do drop.
All right then, let's talk about Sonos as they released a new update in May for the Arc Ultra. Now the update introduces an AI-powered speech enhancement feature that makes dialogue clearer than ever without compromising the overall sound experience. Sonos worked in partnership with the RNID, or Royal National Institute for Deaf People, to dramatically improve how you hear vocals and dialogue with the Arc Ultra. Of course, we've tested it out for ourselves, so I wanted to share our thoughts. Now, first of all, we now have 4 modes to choose from as well as off. Now, off is the default state, so if you don't want your audio to be changed at all, then you know no speech enhancement has been applied. Low gives the dialogue a small lift to make voices feel clearer and more present in the mix. Now, I'd say this is perfect for everyday viewing and has been our preferred level for most content. Medium is a much clearer improvement and is around the same level as what you get with the previous version of speech enhancement. We have gone for this mode with some content where the vocals can be a little bit harder to follow along with. Then we've got 2 more levels to really step it up. High starts to shift the mix more noticeably, making dialogue really pop, but for general listening it might be a little bit too much for some of you, myself included. And finally, Max takes it even further and has been designed mostly for those with hearing difficulties to get maximum clarity, and that might mean some background details get dialed back to achieve this. It's clever tech known as audio source separation, which gives the soundbar the ability to identify and isolate the specific speech and vocal elements from the rest of the audio and bring them forward in the mix without dulling everything else around them. With other versions of speech enhancement, you can find that voices are boosted at the expense of other elements, like the bass. So this new version really helps retain the best overall performance. This update has only come to the Arc Ultra right now, though we would love to see it rolled out to the rest of the Sonos soundbar range. But of course, if you have run this update on the Arc Ultra, let us know what you think. Okay, next on our What's New list are the new Sony XM6s, the latest version of their noise-cancelling headphones, which officially launched back in May. Now, I actually use the Sony XM5s when I'm editing all of these YouTube videos and have done for the past year or so, so I was really excited to finally get my hands on the upgrade and test them out. Now, I do need a little bit more time with them to give you my full verdict, but I thought I could share my initial impressions with you guys. Now, firstly, these are priced at £399 and come into a very, very competitive market where Sony have often been in and amongst the front runners. Now, they're promising a number of upgrades over the predecessor with this new model, including better noise cancellation with a new QN3 HD processor, which they've said is 7 times faster than the processor in the previous generation. They've also added an extra 4 mics for ANC too. Battery life stays the same at 30 hours, which was already a solid performance, so no upgrade needed there really. And while the drivers haven't changed, Sony have improved the sound tuning on this model for a more balanced and immersive listening experience. From my early testing, these are super comfy and very lightweight, same as with the XM5s. I'm a big fan of the new design and I'm definitely happy to see this foldable design back for this generation. The case is also a nice upgrade with some smart elements, and the overall package feels like a good evolution. Noise cancellation also feels like a good step up, and they comfortably handle background noise in the office and when I've been out testing them next to a busy road. I have no doubt these will be up there with the best of the best around this sort of price point. Sound quality is also super impressive on these headphones. They're detailed, they're punchy and immersive, and a notable improvement on the XM5s. So, quite clearly, we have got plenty more to discuss with these headphones, and we do also have a full headphone comparison of our top models on the way for you guys coming very soon. But I just wanted to share my initial thoughts from testing them out over the last few weeks.
Now, here's a headline we didn't expect to be seeing. Marshall are dropping a new product, and this time they're entering the home cinema space. From amps to speakers and headphones, Marshall's evolution continues with their first ever soundbar. The Heston 120 has been revealed, and we cannot wait to get our hands on it. This new soundbar retains everything we love about Marshall, with the signature design, classic texture finish, brass detailing, and that unmistakable logo splashed across the front. From early impressions from the spec, it's also set to be a pretty competitive soundbar against some of the front runners. It's got HDMI pass-through, a phono input, which we absolutely love to see, as well as Atmos, DTS:X, and 11 drivers, including upwards and sideways firing ones. Given Marshall's heritage in audio, I'm super excited to see how this soundbar performs for both TV and music listening. It also sounds like Marshall is set to expand the lineup further later in the year with a more compact soundbar, the Heston 60, and a complementary subwoofer, a Heston Sub 200. I'd just love to see some rear speakers down the line for a full home cinema setup, but who knows? On top of home cinema, Marshall have also announced the Killbin 3, an updated version of their popular portable speaker, which brings some big upgrades, including a pretty huge 50-hour battery life. So all in all, a massive year for Marshall, and some big reviews and comparison content for us to create for you guys very soon. Another piece of new tech we've been testing recently is this, the Rithum Smart Switch, which might be of interest if you're looking to streamline your smart home control. This is essentially an all-in-one touchscreen smart switch where you can control your lighting, audio, and climate control. It can replace your existing light switch, or you can have it on a table stand if you want to totally avoid any installation. It can connect with Philips Hue, Sonos, and loads of other third-party smart products, and we've been testing out with the Sonos in our office, and it works really, really well. It's sleek, the interface is simple to use, and it's got a nice premium feel to it. But the best part is it doesn't have a mega premium price tag. One of these comes in at around £249. I think it's an extra 60 quid for the table stand, and if you were wanting to replace a light switch with it, then you might need to pay someone to install it, obviously. But for what it is, I think that's a pretty decent price point. You can also use it to control audio flow switches for different zones of audio, so there are quite a few use cases where I think this actually might be really handy. But let us know if you'd like a more in-depth review of this one, and if it's something you're interested in, we're always on the hunt for clever smart home tech.
This time of year, we're all about the new TV tech, and there is a lot to talk about with the new 2025 models and technology. We have a lot of content on the way, from reviews to comparisons to our TV buying guides to videos all about the different panel tech out there. But we wanted to share a few things we're particularly excited about this year. First of all, the advancements in OLED tech in 2025 are super exciting. We've seen all the new flagship TVs in person now, including the LG G5, Sony Bravia 8 Mark II, and Samsung S95F. And have been impressed by the step up in performance, most notably around brightness, which used to be one of the drawbacks to OLEDs. The G5 sees the introduction of new primary RGB tandem technology, which uses individual green, red, and blue layers to produce light. Sony and Samsung use new generation QD OLED panels, and all three offer between a 25% and a 40% brightness improvement over their previous generations. So if you're in the market for an OLED this year, you're definitely spoiled for choice. But it's not just OLED that's seeing improvements. Brands like TCL and Hisense are leveling up in the mini LED department, with higher numbers of local dimming zones and improved contrast handling. And it doesn't stop there, as we know Sony are working on new RGB mini LED tech for next year to shake up the OLED versus mini LED battle all over again. We're also seeing a continued push for bigger screen sizes across the board this year, with 75-inch TVs and larger becoming more accessible in price. It's safe to say the bigger is better trend isn't going anywhere. And this is where mini LED has an advantage over OLED. It's simply easier to manufacture at larger sizes. Instead of needing to produce one big continuous panel like OLED, mini LED panels can be made in smaller modular sections, which makes scaling up to bigger screens much more cost effective. And finally, we think a lot of you will be very interested in the Samsung Frame Pro, so I thought it would be a good model to highlight in this video. The original frame is a great piece of tech, but the drawback has often been that you're sacrificing on picture quality for the lifestyle look and feel of the TV. The Frame Pro keeps the things we love from the frame from a design perspective, but steps up to Neo QLED or mini LED tech, delivering better brightness, contrast, and much more vivid, punchy colours. Plus, it has a wireless One Connect box, so you don't have to worry about the faff of hiding the wires, which does defeat the point of the Frame product for many of us. The Frame Pro is available in up to 85 inches, with prices starting around the £2,000 price point. As I said, there is so much content on the way for you guys around the TVs in 2025, so do get in the comments and let us know what you want to see from us.
Okay, secret time. If you follow us on socials, then you might have already seen a sneak peek, but we are super excited to finally share that we are opening a brand new store in Cheltenham later this summer. We have massively outgrown our current location, so we've got a new SHS HQ underway as we speak. It took us a while to find the right place, but we finally found somewhere that feels just right. Great location just off the M5, loads of free parking, and plenty of space for us to build the kind of store that we've always dreamed of. We're talking coffee shop, vinyl concession, live demos, all of the best brands and products, and of course, our in-house product experts. But more than anything, we want this space to be a place for the community, because we believe that in-store shopping can be a great experience, and we believe it can be so much more than cold lighting, boxes on shelves, and just very transactional. We've spent the last 14 years building smart home sounds online. The website, the blog, this YouTube channel, and we love what this community has become. But now we're ready to level up. Of course, we're going to be bringing you all along for the journey, and we cannot wait to welcome you in. So at this stage, all we ask is for your feedback. What's important for you when it comes to buying tech in person? What would you love to see in the store, and how can we make this the sort of place that you want to come to find your next piece of tech? And there we have it, guys. That just about wraps up this month's news video. It's good to be back. Now, if you enjoyed this, then please let me know and we'll try to bring more content like this to the channel for you all. Now, if you're not subscribed, then please make sure you do so. It genuinely makes a massive difference when you hit that button, and it helps us know that we're on the right tracks. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch all of you down in the comments below.